Do you know what it's like to see the world from down below? No, you don't, do you? Like a hawk or a falcon whose back we seldom see because mostly they soar on high. I lived in a hovel with 7 brothers and sisters, and a pig out in the grey fields where nothing grew, not even a tree. But from my window I could see the walls of his lordship's garden overhung with apple trees. It was a garden of paradise, surrounded by angry angels with flaming swords. And one day, I eventually found my way to the Tree of Life, like most of the other boys. Yeah. Now you despise me, don't you? No, I know you do. No matter. One day I eventually entered this paradise with my mother to weed the onion beds. And next to the patch of garden we were working on, there was a Turkish pavilion. It was shaded by jasmines and overgrown with honeysuckles. The most beautiful building I think I'd ever seen. I had no idea what it was for. But I always saw people entering and leaving. And one day, the door was left ajar. I stole in. And the walls were all covered with portraits of emperors and kings. And the windows were covered with red curtains that had tassels on them. Now you know what I'm talking about. I'd never been inside the hall before. Never seen anything, except for maybe church, but this was far more beautiful than that. And wherever I went, wherever my thoughts strayed, they always seemed to come back there. And in short, I returned. I entered, saw, marveled. Then I heard a noise. And for the gentry there was only one way out, but for me there was another. I had no choice but to take it. I ran through thickets of raspberries and over patches of strawberries until I hit the rose garden. And there I saw a pink dress with frills and white slippers. It was you. And I hid underneath the weeds. Can you imagine that? Under, where the thistles pricked me, and amidst the wet earth which stank. And I thought to myself, isn't it strange how a thief can enter the gates of heaven and dwell with the angels? Meanwhile, on God's green earth, a labourer's child cannot enter the whole park and play with the Count's daughter.